Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play here of Hearts of Iron 4 as Fascist Brazil. We are in a tight spot, so I will cover what I've kind of seen and thought up to this point and give you my kind of path forward. So, as it currently stands, we have pretty much lost all of Europe. Germany ended up folding, and that was actually to no part of the loss of territory, as to their national unity just dropped to almost nil because they just have no troops. Their manpower is basically completely exhausted, and when that happens and you're losing troops, your national unity slowly ticks down. And there's not a whole hell of a lot you can do. You just lose, for lack of better terms. So that means they're eliminated, which I can actually delete some of these orders, but it's not that big of a deal. So Germany lost, Spain isn't going to come up with anything, Italy is not going to come up with anything. That pretty much leaves me with not a lot of options here. I have a couple coups brewing, but those aren't going to make a difference. I have an attempt to try and get allies building up in Finland and Portugal, but neither of those are probably going to kick off anytime soon. So it's pretty much just down to me. And I mean, I've looked at all the recent saves. I'd have to go back several episodes worth of saves in order to even possibly come back from this. And I mean, that's just the way that it is. I mean, there's not much you can do when Germany doesn't want to invade into England. There's not much you can do when Japan doesn't really throw any weight behind things. And it's just this it is what it is. I mean, this is what you'd typically see in most of the games and their battles. So, it looks like the Axis have lost here, throwing in my my lot. Well, I mean, I kind of got forced into it because I attacked when I probably shouldn't have. A lot of it comes down to watching who has what do you want to call them? If somebody has any sort of man, I can't think of the term. Any sort of like protections or guarantees, that's kind of when things are, you need to watch out who you attack. As for what I'm looking for now, I'm trying to look for how I can possibly sue for peace, but this game really doesn't have that as an option. You kind of don't have the option to sue for peace. It's pretty much an all or nothing game, and it's not fantastic how that works. And it kind of actually is terrible. But I mean, it is what it is. I wish that they'd allow you to sue for peace, but that's just, they don't even give you the option with which to do so. So I'm kind of sitting here stuck with the inability with which to sue for any sort of peace. And so, it's pretty much just me versus the world. That's Colombia, which I have territories for. So I can't even sue for peace with the small countries. Pretty much I'm at the liberty here of the United States. My production is not going to really kick off anymore. I'm now going to probably enter a state of loss in terms of my ability to do production. Let's see if I can pull up the production. There we go. So, well, I mean, I'll come up with stuff. I've still got resources. I'll forever probably have England, but I think we've entered that point in which it's a standstill as to they're probably not going to attack down into my territories. I really can't attack up into the United States because they have easily a couple hundred troops still in the United States, more than my, what is this, 60, 70, 75 troops that I have. I'm pretty much at the bottom of what I can be. I'm stuck at, what am I at, manpower wise? I'm at 1.5 mil, and I'm already at all adult serve. So, that all being said, there's a lot of things that happen in this game that, you know, I did the best I could. I tried to do different things. Getting stalled out here in the US probably didn't help. Moving over here to the European conflict definitely helped. I should have done that earlier. Just kind of secure the little Panama Canal and then moved everything over here to help clean up. Getting the Soviet Union involved early was terrible. I wish that I would have rethought how some of those things worked, and who I attacked and when. I mean, I might continue playing this game on new revisions, just like I do with Poland, on my own free time, playing like Iron Man versions, and just not really recording them, but I think your critical failures here was just willy-nilly attacking, not really worrying too much about the consequences of bringing people in from their, I don't want to call them personal unions, what would be the appropriate term? I guess the appropriate term would be from their guarantees. So, had I been more cognizant of that, I would have been at least a little bit able to dodge some more conflicts, gain some more grounds. But I think the main conflict happening out here kind of just had to happen, and there's not much we can do about it. I mean, as you can see here, they're just going to steamroll and take all this. I could, if I really wanted to, try and take some stuff back over, but it's just not going to happen. And then with Germany giving up all this territory right in here with me in it, causing me to lose tons of troops, it's just nothing I can do. I lost too many troops early on, too, to just dumb mistakes. And then, thinking it was a good idea to swap to a 4-4, while that's great, it's great for defense. It's not great for offense. And I think that was one of our main issues, was we jumped into it with an offensive mindset, and that was just wrong. What you want to do is start working into more tanks, having them help build up the armor so that people can't even get to that HP pool of yours. So there's a bunch of things that we could have done differently, but all in all, I think the end result is almost the same. If you don't hit the US really early, you're going to have to deal with a juggernaut that is just almost impossible to stop. And with that being said, you really need to strategize, plan, and plot around hitting the US as early as possible, and just completely ignoring Europe as a whole. And even that is hard to do, because if you, like I said, if you pull the wrong guarantee, they're going to start dealing with you whether you like it or not. So, with all that said, I think if I were to redo it, I need to attack the US a lot earlier, for sure. Or start converting them over to my fascism. That is also an option. I mean, there's plenty of things I probably could have done, but I don't know if it would have made a difference. I'm ever going to let these coups pop off, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and increase the timer on this, because quite clearly, none of this is going to really matter or happen in a good way. There's just not anything I can possibly do to make this any quicker, or I don't know what else to say. Then it's just we're at the end of the season. Also, I am moving into a new house. Actually, this is going to be released on Friday, so on Monday, like 4 days after this is released, I'm going to be moving into a house. So, or I close on a house. So that's going to pretty much eat up my ability to record videos for easily the next, I don't know, like week or two while I get things set up. So I'm just going to go ahead and kill this series as is. I think we're at a good stopping point, both in terms of the game and in terms of my real life circumstances. My other series will probably continue, and then whenever I get back, we'll have a new series. Probably not doing Hearts of Iron. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. If we do Hearts of Iron again, I don't know how I'll do it. Maybe do a cooperative series, get someone to play Soviet Union with me, and we take on different fronts and do different things, or get two people to ally each other as like minor nations and try and win the world that way. I don't know. We have a bunch of options. We need to figure out what we want to do. And as it looks, my cat's in a corner. I was wondering what he was doing. As it looks, yeah, it's just our series of events. We should have done things slightly differently, but I think the all or nothing system of the victories and peace deals in this game, while they make sense historically, they kind of suck for gameplay wise. And I mean, take a look at EU4. You can hop in and out of wars all you want, and it's great because it allows you to take breaks, rebuild, restructure, rethink what you're doing, not, get yourself in trouble or too bad of in trouble. It still allows you to get out of trouble if you do find yourself in a sticky situation, either by going white peace or just giving up a little bit of territory. Like here, I'd be okay giving up England, I'd be okay giving up everything I had in Central America, all of my stuff in Africa. I'd give up pretty much everything. I'd even give up, you know, Australia, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, all that stuff. And I'd just take South America as my victory. I'd take that in a peace deal, losing peace deal. But that just does not exist, especially in late game. If you bring any major power into it, there is no such thing as a peace deal. It is all or nothing. Either you capitulate and lose everything, in which case they're just going to take all your territory and the game's over anyway, or you win out everything and you take over all their territory and you're going to basically inherit everything and take them out of the game. So there's no in-between steps, and that's the one thing that kind of sucks, is the no in-between steps being all or nothing. Not much I can do. You just basically balls to the wall and you find out who's going to win first. It's kind of all you can do. How's this coming? 85 July of 54. Okay, so that'll come along pretty nicely, and same with this one, I assume. This one is July of 54. Okay, so these are both in 54. How's Finland coming? They're slowly increasing. Portugal is also slowly increasing to fascism. Okay. So, with that all said, there goes Germany, basically as a whole, getting wiped out. All 100 of their troops are not going to withstand any of this. There's just no way. They don't have the ability. Especially when you're looking at, what, 100 versus 100 or something like that? 200 against 100, but those 100 or 150 rather, are supplied. These guys are not, and that's pretty much the game right there for Germany. Completely eliminated. What will be interesting, though, is they're in a separate war from me. The only thing that sucks is there's Japan, which they rarely, if ever, get invaded, which is interesting that that happens. But Germany's going to get eliminated. So much for them. We'll see what's about to happen here. Interesting back and forth. It's like they don't want to commit their forces. It's kind of weird. I mean, there's literally nothing there. So anyway, the all or nothing peace deals kind of make or break this. It makes it very difficult to actually achieve or do anything, and it kind of sucks. But hey, I mean, you can't change these things. It's the way that they designed the game. You have to accept it and move around it and deal with it that way. As for anything else, I don't know. We already know that I could have changed things. I could have attacked the US earlier. I could have just sealed off my borders here and hit Europe to help Germany immediately. But then Germany won't invade the US and won't invade the UK. All they would do is move into Soviet Union, which sure, that might have helped. But the main problem is the US. They just do not get invaded, period. It just does not happen. And maybe it's a coding thing, I don't know. But, I mean, all that being said, I still really enjoy this game. I love this game. It's right up there as one of my favorite, oh shit, they just got wiped out. It's one of my favorite types of games. I like 4Xers, that's what I do. I used to play World of Tanks a lot, but kind of gotten away from the competitive shooter games. It's just not my speed, not my thing anymore. I just can't hang with the twitchiness. I do like Battlefield 1, but not a major thing. Anyway, so maybe we should get a big force over here. Who's my best force? Let's stack these guys right there. That'll be useful. So yeah, it's just, the game's great. I don't mind it at all. It's just we're in a losing situation. There's nothing we can do. Oh, and I need to ship equipment to the US. Is that what it is? So progress is currently halted because apparently, I don't know, because of reasons. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll continue. Alright, so let's just research random stuff while we wait. So, diplomatic activities will less than 50% stage coup against the United States. Why is that? Probably because I need to supply them with... Oh, that's why. So I'm building up, we'll put those on That's low. Put them on high priority. Reinforcements go down to medium priority. So there we go. Basically, I'm building up the support and giving them the weapons they need with which to launch the coup. That's what's going on. Okay, that makes sense. So that's full of infantry equipment there. They are slowly increasing the infantry equipment they need. Okay, now it all makes sense. We got it going now. Alright, so just keep researching all the random things. There we go. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm kind of stuck. We're not gonna really get anywhere else until some of these coups launch. They're starting to build up some big troops actually against me. So why don't we have our just offensive line some things? So why don't we do that? Kind of stack another division behind you. Probably. Let's make you have an offensive line. Like that. And these guys, well, we'll just stuff you over here. Oh hey, I have more troops. Sweet. Why don't you join Yellow? Yellow, why don't you come hang out in Panama? That'll work. And they're not low on resources sitting there. Okay, well, why don't we bring in Pink as well? Why don't you guys come over here? Ooh, better yet. Better yet. Why don't we have Pink do naval invasion from there to right there. That'll work. I have no idea if that'll actually work. I'm gonna go ahead and say probably not. But, is what it is. Right, so where are our ships? Select you. Do I have a commander to put in there? Sure, we can do that. And we'll assign you to patrol these areas. That'll work. Alright, so once these coups kick off, we'll just commit a full attack. We'll just see what happens. Probably end up calling it there. We are not going to join our wars. We are not going to join our wars. Florida coast. Heavy naval invasion. Well. Oh well. Whatever. Let us just research everything. I want these coups to kick off is kind of what I'm hoping for. When are they supposed to? It was June? July. So it's July. That's still funding. That's also July. That is funded. Okay. So we just have to wait till July. That's all we gotta do. So we're about to find out if we get some ships that decide they want to take us on. Which is always a scary thing. Because there's a lot of nasty ships out there. Alright, so what's your orders? I have a lot of ships out here with orders that just aren't going to matter anymore. But, whatever. Do your thing, ships, I guess. So I'm losing convoys, which is fine. So Britain still has fleets out. They still have some way to fund themselves. But, whatever. Oh look, the Soviet Union kind of recaptured all their stuff. Who are they at war with? How's that war not even over is the question. Maybe Italy hasn't recapitulated? I don't know. What could Italy possibly have left? I guess Africa? So there's a lot of people that regained all their stuff after I already wiped them out. That's okay. It happens. There's just no way I can go over there and fight this battle. Oh my god, look at all those troops. I mean, I could attempt to do a landing and cut them off, but man, you're talking a lot of coordination and a lot of effort that I'm just not... that I'm already willing to concede just is already over. Because yeah, I'd have to come in here, cut it all off. Somehow. I don't even know where I'd land from. Have to hope that there's no one else guarding anywhere. which I'm pretty sure they have enough stuff guarding, because this doesn't even look like half the troops they had. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're pretty safe. And without this war ending and them deciding they want to go to war against the U.S., there's not much I can do. So we're gonna, like I said, gonna wait until July 27th, which will come up eventually, and then we'll kick off a nice little war. So you are almost complete and ready. I have more troops. I like that I'm getting troops. It is at least somewhat helpful. So launch you all. Just move there. Strategic redeployment is on. And now we play the waiting game. So, yeah, I'm not willing to attack this because, again, I guarantee you that's not the full strength. I would only be taking out, what is this? It's roughly 30 there. This is probably roughly 40, like roughly 200 or 300. But I can guarantee you there's at least 500 over here. And it will require a lot of coordination. I have to cut down like this. Hope that I can backhack them without them taking any ports. It's just not doable, is the way that I want to do it, with just the amount of effort that would be required to make it like basically I'm not even staged for it. That's the big thing, is I'd have to have troops up in England. I'd have to stage for it. I'd have to probably hit here at the neck and cancel it out that way, but they would easily reinforce and redeploy. So there's a lot of things, and it just would not work with what we have left troop-wise. I just don't think we could do it. While cool, while an awesome idea, not gonna happen. Plus, I mean, like I said, I'm willing to concede that this is over. Just wish that Italy would get knocked out so that maybe Russia would win? Who's even left? So they have Italy. Spain is getting taken over. Pretty much everybody in here. Are they even... Yeah, they're... Or Japan. Japan's the other one. Japan is nowhere near failing at the moment. They've got plenty of troops. Well, they don't have plenty of troops. They've got, what, a whole 50? It's just no one's going to come and attack them. They're not making any gains or movements. There's just very little that I can foresee me doing to affect the outcome. So that's why I'm doing these coups, and I'm just going to have a little fun with it. That's all I can think of at the moment. Just to make things a little fun. So once these coups kick off, in another 2 months, we'll be good to go. Of course, we're running late into this recording. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording, and we'll come back when these kick off. We'll hit everything go, and we'll just finish on a massive sweep of us probably not going anywhere. But yeah, we'll see. Alright, so we'll be right back. Alright, so here the coups are kicking off. We've got the Russian Empire down here, and the American Empire up there. So, they've got a war here. We'll see if, oh, they have 0 troops. That's not gonna help. Tuh! Good luck there. And over here they have 42 troops, so that'll make things interesting. So let's go ahead and kick off all this stuff. See what happens. They've, I guess, got a while to go as well. Oh god, the game's churning. Oh, it's not having a good time. Go, game, go. Get your stuff together. Why are you going so slow? There we go. Alright, so he can't launch yet. He still has a couple more days, which is fine. So green and blue are going to stride up all the way into Mexico. Pink is going to go and attempt to land and cut things off. Yellow will attempt to help out whenever they can. Non-aggression pact. Sure. As you probably are already overrun, aren't you? Now they just have no troops. How is this group looking? Oh my god, they just nuked Boston. And New York. Oh my god, I didn't expect that. Oh my god. Well, that was unexpected. I didn't think that was going to happen. Goodbye, New York. Goodbye, Boston. There goes their national unity. Wow. That happened. So let's have you guys go like that. That was unexpected. Wow. That was kind of crazy, to be honest. I was not expecting nukes to be dropped like that. That being said, I mean, they still have some troops. I cannot believe they just nuked them. Holy shit. That was off the freaking hook. I've never seen that happen before. So that basically killed off all, what you want to call it that they had. All, national unity. Goodbye, goodbye that. So how is Portugal coming? Well, they're like 50-ish%. Finland's almost 50-ish%. What are you gonna do? Non-aggression pact? Sure. Yeah, so I've lost a lot of resources that I was getting beforehand. I'm running low on a bunch of things, which is fine. Oh, United States is just gobbling up them again. There's gonna go those guys. Surprised that these guys haven't been gobbled up yet, seeing as they have nobody. I was not expecting nukes to be dropped. That was kind of funny. So yellow. Oh, there goes Treaty of Boston. Yellow, why don't you... Siamese Empire has collapsed. Excellent. So blue, we need to give you that line. Go. And green, we probably need to do the same thing. I'm not overly worried about technology at this point. It's not important. So yellow, why don't we delete your orders, put you guys up there, have your front line be like that. Go! Everyone's just going in crazy orders. Because again, this is kind of... the game plan here is just to say, F it, let it run out, and yeah, call it at that point. At least... well, that was expected. At least I'm kind of just steamrolling over these guys, because that makes it easy. Green, why don't we give you guys the order of going like that, and then just go. Surprised nobody's invaded yet. Well, at least I'm building up troops. That's a thing. Alright, so with that all said, green. Do I really have to spell that out for you? There you go. Well, at least I reclaimed the areas that I had way back at the beginning of the series. So this is going to run a little over in terms of time, but I figured it's the final push for no reason. So why not? Why not just do something crazy and send everything all out? Research that. Research that. There we go. It really doesn't matter. So who's out of resources and who doesn't have an attack? Green basically doesn't have an attack. So let's cancel blue's orders. Blue, why don't you come up like that? And have the orders to go like that. And go. Pink's doing their thing. I basically just gave Ecuador a lot of space that I probably shouldn't have, but that's fine. I'm about to take the peninsula like that. Alright, so why don't I put whoever you guys are on the front line as well. And we'll give you the orders to do that. And go. So, again, just pushing just to push. The US already responded with 30 troops. This is exactly what would have happened if I kind of landed over here in Europe. They would have basically just reinforced the parts they needed to really quickly, and it would be kind of game over. Not much I can do. But as you see here, not making any ground anytime soon. So, we're going to go ahead and probably have to call it here momentarily. Well, I mean, who knows. Yeah, we'll just call it. I mean, it's kind of a standstill. We're not going to get anywhere. This isn't going to make any difference, and this just is not going to happen. So, all right, thank you, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will catch you guys in the next episode or series. I guess we'll do. We'll figure out what to do next. It'll be something. We'll make it happen. In the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed the series. Let me know what you guys all thought. Maybe someday we'll have to get some people together and play a big multiplayer of this game. I think that's where it's more fun, is with people as opposed to against the AI, because you're kind of limited as to what you can do. But hey, who am I to say? Anyway, let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys later. Thanks. See y'all later.